Do it. How's she going today, everybody? Well, this is the highlight here of the being done seeding and spraying for the spring. Is making the world's tallest Jenga tower and burning it to the ground soaked in diesel fuel. There's a lot of diesel fuel. Would you call it like a metric shit ton of diesel fuel? Oh, she's climbing the back there, boys. I don't think she's gonna stand for too long. Holy. The towering inferno is not gonna last very long. There she goes already. Oh! So there's what, like 70 some bags of canola there? And how many chemical boxes? A lot. Ooh, that's warm. Yep. I'm kind of sad that fell down so fast. Oh yeah, there's crap landing on the truck. We'll have to move them here. Warm, is it? What a nice fire. Santa Claus, is that you? That's you, Santa Claus, with the big bag of toys. Bring the other one tomorrow. Alright. I guess we'll talk to you tomorrow then. So those big bags there full of all of our empty jugs of chemical, Roundup and LI 700 and heat and whatever else we've used this spring. He must have forgot something. So he's going to take them back to CPS or Nutrient Ag there, our retailer, and they'll return all those jugs to Bayer and so on, and they will get recycled and turned back into jugs again so that we can use them again next year. And then the boxes, there's not really any recycling options for them around here. I think it's kind of stupid, but whatever, it is what it is. So we just burn them, and it gives me some entertainment making the world's tallest tower there, Jenga tower, and sticking a match to it soaked in diesel. So anyway, I've got a water pump running over here, and I think it's getting low. I don't see the water spraying anymore, so I'm going to go shut that off, and we're going to go back to the shop for a minute. So I'm running the sprinkler off the water truck here because we don't have enough pressure from the house to make it cover a big enough area, and we're trying to keep this nice and wet where we sowed all this grass. So I just started here a couple hours ago, but I didn't have much water, so I'll fill the water truck up again tomorrow and keep wetting things down. So, but yeah, it was out of water. It must have just ran out, so not too good for the pump, but it'll be all right. Step into the lap of luxury here. Turn the fuel pump on. Give her a second. Starts like a dream. Get it out of the middle of the lane here at least. Bring her back to the yard. And then I'll bring the old Dodge back. That's what I did today here anyways. It was kind of a slower day, but made a nice little sign there at the end of the lane. So I'm going to run this back into the yard and I'll show you the other little projects that we were kind of up to today. So people have been asking about this old girl here quite a bit lately, wondering where it's been. This is a 1977 Versatile 700 with the 555 V8, and it's a terrible engine. I paid $1,000 for this tractor, and it didn't have these big singles on it. It had really fucked duals on it, and they were a size you can't get anymore. And it was in horrible shape. So I brought it home here and we did a lot of work to it, and I got to use it for maybe an hour, and I'm thinking a head gasket let go on this side. You can see it's wet all around here. It only uses coolant when it's running. It's not running in there when it's sitting. And since it's straight pipe, one from each side, only one smoke's white. So I'll show you when we start it here. But it's just kind of been sitting around doing not much of anything, because I haven't had time to work on it and I haven't really needed it. But the thing is so loud, it's incredible and sounds amazing. You can see only one smoking white, so, and I'm wrong. It's the one on the other side. This one here is just wet, but it doesn't smoke white. It's coming from the other side. This one here. But at least on this, you can open up one side at a time, I guess. You don't have to take the entire engine apart to get the whole head off. You can just do one side and check it and then do the others. So probably what we'll do, we'll start with the side that's smoking. That's probably a pretty good indication as to which side it is. Anyway, just a plain Jane old 700, no PTO, nothing. 3 remotes on the back, and that's it. It had no lights, so I took the old ones from the 835 since it's got LEDs on it now and threw them on here. And then I got these tires from a few hours north of here off another old 700. They're right full of calcium. They're 30.5, 32. And they're in real good shape for what this thing's going to do. What I'd like to do here, if we can get this engine sorted out, I'd like to get the air conditioning to work on it again. And I would use it on the Land Roller and whatnot, seeing as how it's 4-wheel drive like that. And you wouldn't leave as much of a compaction behind you as the 46. And when you steer, your front tires wouldn't kind of push like a 2-wheel drive does, but I'll just gun her a couple times. You can hear the nice snap. hitting like 1500 RPMs. And it usually, when you've got her working, you're up around this 2600 to make any horsepower. This thing's rated 200 or 220 horse, but it's a pretty anemic 220 horse, being that little V8. Just a typical V8, they fall on their face compared to a straight 6 when it comes to towing like that. But anyway, so there's the 700. It was just hanging out behind the shop back there all winter, but he's out in the lineup here now, so. Anyway, we'll pop in the shop and I'll show you what else we've been up to. So, also, got the seat out of the 4640. I'm going to take it to my buddy who reupholsters seats like that and get him to make new cushions, because these ones are all dried out and they're very, like they're falling apart. When you sit on it, there's no cushion left, same within the back. And you remember there was mice in there, so that foam really soaked up the mouse smell. So we'll get all new foam on it, and then we'll see what he's got for colors. I'm probably going to get it done in black cloth, because black hides when it's dirty a lot better than gray does. And then, I mean, the rest of the cab's black in it, so it'll all match. So, what else? We put a new master cylinder in the purple 3-ton, because the brakes on it quit again. Did that this afternoon. Well, Antoine, because I was busy working on my sign, put the dead cruiser one. There's our poor little buddy, the one that quit. So I ended up buying a Cruiser 2, not new, but used, for $1,000. And it came with another antenna and wiring for it. So what I want to do is put all that wiring and that antenna in our swather for when we're swathing canola around the clock here in the fall, just so you can keep tabs on where you've been and so forth. Because last year's kind of a pain, because you couldn't tell. He'd switch off in the dark and you wouldn't know where the other guy had been. But we got to do that to be able to get all that canola down in time. And what else? Dad brought the quad in here. We got to put a new CV axle in it. This is my quad. Haven't used it for a little over a year now, because that CV axle. Waiting for the right one to show up. It's a 700 Pantera. Pretty awesome quad. For as often as I have time to go quadding, but they're pretty handy to have to go crop checking and whatnot. So we'll get that put back together here and have it back doing stuff. But anyway, so Antoine put that GPS in the sprayer and everything works as it should again. So I guess I just got to bring that to my buddy who does seats, and we'll be one step closer to having the 4640 up to the level the 4440's at. This winter though, we'll put them in here and do some work. And don't get your hopes up, that fucking Ford doesn't belong here. That's Dad's friends. So this is the only off-brand in this yard. 1992 first gen 5.9 Cummins 4x4 5-speed. Grandpa Henry bought this truck brand new. Originally it had a bench seat in it, but I put these 60-40 split seats out of a Chev in it. Isn't that nice? But this old girl here, he's had since new, and he used it to pull his cattle trailer all over the countryside when he had purebred Charolais. And according to his service records, it's in the neighborhood ballpark of from 750,000 to 800,000 kilometers on this thing. So she's been around the block and she's still going. Hell of a lot worse ride than a Chevy, but I mean, if they put this 5.9 in a Chev, holy Christ, would you had a vehicle then. But anyway, I guess that's where I'm going to leave you guys for tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow when we shuffle some machinery around. So Make sure you hit the like button. It's more important than ever because YouTube's changed their algorithm. So now for new people to find my channel, I need more likes in order for my videos to be suggested in other people's news feeds. So if you could hit that like button, please do so. I would appreciate it and it would really help me out. So I guess, thanks for watching. We'll talk to all you guys here in the next one.